Howdy, welcome back to RuneScape's Reviews. This time I'm looking at movie Ratchet, the Voyager Class figure. He was one of the earliest movie figures to be released, and he's still warming the shelves of various stores such as Asda. Anyway, the vehicle is a Hummer H2, but in keeping with Ratchet's function as a medic, it's been modified into an ambulance. Like a lot of the movie figures, the alt form is very alternator-ish in its design. Detailing is very good, and the roof rack with the emergency flash bars adds to the realism. It's removable, but it's meant to be left on in this form, obviously. The doors don't really open except for transformation purposes, but the wheels roll freely. Without going into the colours, there's not much more I can say about this mode, though the colours themselves have been the spark of controversy on this figure. No pun intended. Ratchet got a Legends class figure. Unfortunately, at this scale, the vehicle mode doesn't quite live up to the Voyagers. From behind, there's this gap here, and the robot arms and feet are visible in most angles, especially from underneath. Though not as weak as the Legends version of Jazz, it still could be better. The transformation of the Voyager class figure is actually pretty clever. Just take off the roof piece. Flip out the sides. The automorph occurs when you pull down the feet, and this automatically converts the knees. I'll show you. Flip this down, and there you go. It's an original conversion in some ways. On the next round. Particularly how the front of the vehicle becomes the chest. It becomes the chest upside down rather than the right way up. Turn this round. Hold his other arm down. Flip out his supposed axe. And attach this. Interestingly enough, the Legends version also has an interesting transformation. In robot mode, Ratchet is proportioned generally well. Since the movie robots are more alien-like, odd proportions aren't quite as much of an issue compared with previous Transformer lines. He's also quite bulky, which is appropriate for a Voyager class figure. Articulation is also pretty good, but the legs are a little limited by these pieces at the back here. Additionally, these pieces are prone to popping off easily, although they pop back on just as easily. The head sculpt I'm not fond of. It's pretty ugly. His weapons aren't much either. There's this, which is, as I said, some kind of axe, but it's undetailed. And then there's the claw, which is rather loose. It opens and closes quite easily. However, though I don't mind it as much as the other fans do, the colour scheme isn't the first I'd use. The yellowy green would suit a Decepticon a little better, but Ratchet is not a Decepticon. The metallic exclusive gives it a little more shine, and it doesn't look quite as dull, but I'm not planning on getting that. The Legends robot mode isn't that spectacular. He has a few paint apps, low posability, and his arms become looser as you play with him more. I definitely recommend getting the Voyager figure over that one, but those who don't like the colour scheme will want to spring for Rescue Ratchet instead. So that's about it for Ratchet. I'll review Blackout next. But for now, this is RuneScape 228 saying, until then, till all are one.